Good day. I'm going to be discussing Chapter 3 of SQL, Data Types. So have a look. So why data types matter? Every column in SQL table must have one specific data type defined in the create table statement. Understanding and using data types is crucial, mainly for storing data efficiently, performing calculations correctly, sorting the data accurately, and ensuring the database performance and integrity. So there's different categories of data types. Character types, which is for text, symbols, or numbers stored specifically as strings. Then there's number types for integers and decimals, and dates and timestamps for timestamps, durations, and scheduling. So we have the character data type, which uses char, right? As you can see here, it's fixed length string of whatever amount of characters you place in parameters. We have varchar as well, which is a variable length string with a maximum number of characters. And then we have the text data type, which is basically unlimited length of strings, so up to 1 gigabyte. So yeah, there's an example of data types being used. You can see varchar here set to maximum number of 10. So you, within a column, when you're inputting data, you can only put up to 10 characters. So if you're placing a name, it should only go up to 10 characters. Then char is basically saying that the amount of characters in the data you place has to have exactly 10 characters, not more and not less. And then text is just saying that in that column you can basically have like unlimited characters. So that will basically be used for things like descriptions and biography, paragraphs, and stuff like that will be stored in the database. We have integer types, small int, right? And then we have big int, which is working with very large numbers as well. Then we have auto incrementing integers as well, which use serial, small serial, and big serial. And yeah, then also decimal fractional numbers as well. So as you can see here, right, we create the table and we're using varchar for this column, char for that column, and text data type for this column, and the maximum amount of characters in varchar, the exact amount of characters that are needed for this column, and then text is unlimited. So yeah, we create that table. So let's see. So upon retrieving this table, you can see here the let's do this. Yeah, so basically when we retrieve this table, we can see here this column over here it takes a maximum of 10 characters. Here it has to be exactly 10 characters, and here is the text column where you can make descriptions. Cool. Then we insert here. I'm inserting rows into the table with those specific values, as you can see them here, and it follows that structure of the amount of characters for varchar and char data type. Here I use this copy method to basically just export data to a specific file with this first format CSV, and it will include the header as well as the character as the delimiter. Then we insert over here these values. Then this is where we use this data type serial. It's an auto incrementing integer, and it's specifically used for IDs. So yeah. So basically here, as you can see, we use the serial data type for the ID. Let's have a look at that. So let's go back up. Okay, so all that does is it's just helps with automatically incrementing the integer that you place as the ID in your table over here. So yeah, then there's more data types. This is for dates. So we have this table date time types, and then the data types are for specific dates. So over here we have this data type, timestamp, and then here we have interval. So this one is just storing the date and the time with the specific time zone, right? So let's retrieve the data. So basically in this table, right, we have this data type timestamp with time zone, and it's just storing the date and time with the time zone. So then you can see the time zone there with the date for all of them. Then we have interval, which stores a time interval, so a duration, and that duration here you can see 2 days, 1 month, 100 years, and so on, according to the timestamp column. So that's how those data types work. And yeah, you can see here is where we input the values for the data time types over here. And yeah, that's basically how data types works for SQL.